Okay, so I'm just going to fill up these little containers with the soil. And I'm using this little mini guy, this mini little trowel. I don't know how to say that. I never say it right. So this is just the seed starting potting mix. This mini little trowel is really coming in handy. If you guys saw part 1, I just said that I actually bought it for my indoor plants, but I knew it was going to come in handy for little things. And here it is, being handy again. You could just throw the soil in technically, but I like to do it like this. So this is the Pro Mix from Rona. That is what I'm using, but you can use whatever you have available to you. So I feel like it's a hobby that you're always learning and growing from. There's always something to learn. And even experienced gardeners will say there's certain things they have trouble growing. And you know, it's nice to talk to other gardeners and see what works for them, what zone they're in, you know, how they're navigating certain issues like pests and things like that. I just filled up the containers with some soil and I'm gonna put a seed in each of them. I'm just gonna put one because I've been really lucky with my seeds and they've all germinated lately, so I'm a little reluctant to put more than one seed in. I know some people put 2 just in case one doesn't germinate, but I'm gonna do the 1 and we're just gonna, you know, think positive and go from there. So the seeds are really tiny on the thyme, like super tiny. So I am just going to spray a little bit and just to moisten it and then go place it on that little IKEA tray. Okay, so I ended up using my little water jug because my hand is hurting from the spraying. The spraying is really good as they start to grow because then you're not, you know, pouring in a whole bunch of water. And if your spray head comes out a little bit more than mine does, it'll work, but somehow this thing is a little bit clogged. So yeah, I mean, I started off with spraying and then I just put in a tiny bit of water in each one, and you want it to be nice and moist. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put on the tray. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw it on here. I just put some parchment paper down on this little tray. Not that I need to, because it's pretty easy to clean up. And obviously it's gonna be used for the garden, so I don't really care if it gets too damaged. But anyway, a little bit of parchment, and I'm just gonna leave it here by the window, and hopefully something happens in the next few weeks. I don't know. So I just taped up the little thyme closed. I was gonna put it in a little paper bag because that's how I like to store it. But I think I'm just going to throw it in here just as is for now. And then I will need more, so I will be planting more, and then it's just in here and really easy to grab afterward. Next, I'm going to do parsley in another one. And then I'm also going to do cilantro. Okay, so I filled these up. And now I'm going to add the seeds for this one. This little scoop is really handy for the indoor gardening plants. Like I said, I'm going to be using a lot of these little mini tools. That was a really good find from the dollar store. So now I'm going to use parsley, and I am going to fill the whole thing because I do want quite a bit of parsley. These are the ones that I have to start a little bit earlier. I can't start too many early because then I can't take care of so many plants indoors. I still have a long way before I can put them outside. So yeah, I'm just doing the ones that I have to start early that will take a little while, and parsley is one of them. So these seeds are a little bit bigger. The other ones were tiny, tiny dots. These you can actually see they're little seeds. And yeah, we're just gonna pop them in here. Okay, just trying to see which ones I missed. I don't think I missed any. Oh, maybe this one. Should be doing this in the better order, eh? Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to top it with a little bit of soil on top, just a tiny bit on each one, just a tiny little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and water. Just a little bit. And then I just have these little tags that came with the dollar store kit, and I just wrote parsley, and this one has thyme, and then yeah, I can add that to the little containers because that way I don't get confused, and then I have to wait until they grow quite large for me to tell what is what. So right now, that way I can just kind of take a peek at how they're going. Okay, so this is the thyme. So I'm just gonna do that. Add that in, and then add in the parsley one. And there we go. That way I know what is what. And as you can see, the water is sucking up. This one has already sucked up all the water, and it's just nice and moist. Okay, and then I just open another drawer, put that in there, and it seems to be working this new little system. Okay, so I filled up the Ziploc halfway. I poked some holes on the bottom using the skewer, and now I'm just going to throw the seeds in, kind of in a row, and then I am just going to Ziploc but leave a little bit open. Also, I'm also going to water it before I close it up a little bit. So yeah, just going to lay those little seeds inside and then give it a nice little watering, close it up, and then place it on the tray. Okay, so I watered it and just left a little corner open. I will label it as well with one of the labels, and then it's going to leak, so that's why I'm putting it on the tray, and I have some paper towel right now, and it's just going to get nice and moist, and it'll be kind of like a little mini greenhouse is the idea behind it. And this is cilantro that's in here. So yeah, I'm just going to probably write it, maybe I'll reuse this little paper and just write cilantro on it. This was from, oh, it's too bad that I cut off a piece of it because it actually said cilantro. And I'll just tape it right on, and that way I know what it is, and I'm reusing this little scrap. Okay guys, so now I'm going to do the jubilees, and I'm just going to throw one seed in each little container. These are nice and big. You can see again what you're doing. It's not like the thyme where it's so tiny that like you're probably going to put more than one little seed in each one. But yeah, really easy to see, and I can just do one in each and then give it a nice watering, and we'll cover up the seed as well. Okay, and now I will just give it a light little covering of the soil. And water it. You just want it, oh, that guy got too much there. Gonna let it suck up a little bit. And if I feel like I need to add any more soil, I can go ahead and do that. Okay, so I feel like might be a little bit too much water. We're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the kale in a little bag just because that's something that I need to start early as well. And this is what the seeds are looking like. I do have other tomatoes that I have to start as well, but I just ran out of time. I have some errands to do. I gotta get out of here, so I'm just gonna do the kale. It's super easy. I'll put it in the little bag. Gonna sprinkle it in here and then cover it up with the soil and add some water. It says kale, and it's this one. I'm gonna close it all up and leave a little bit of an air gap and let it do its little greenhouse thing. Okay, not bad for a little bit of time in the morning before running out to do some errands. So I have my thyme, I have my parsley, my Jubilee tomatoes, my cilantro is in the little bag, and my Siberian kale is in the bag as well. So not bad. Now I need to start my Roma tomatoes because that has to be done early as well. And yeah, maybe a little more of the kale and go from there and see what else I can grow because I still have the bottom area here and I can still put another bag over here on this tray. This little metal tray I think came from IKEA as well. It had like little pots, but they don't drain, so they're like more decorative. So I'm just using that on here as well because I think it works really well and I'm fitting a lot of stuff on a tiny little stand. Then we also have the bottom area that I will do later on. So yeah, I'll do the bottom area when I have a little more time and some stuff doesn't have to be started so early. So because I'm in small space living, I can't have a ton of things growing. So it's best to start the early things first, and that way that can make its way outside later on, and then the other stuff can continue growing in here. Thinking about a greenhouse, but it's just the cost factor and can't really build one. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes because that would help a lot with housing some of the seeds.